I'm on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. And this is an exclusive Patreon only membership videos where you will get some interesting takes on Vedic astrology, some interesting learning on Vedic astrology. Connect with me on Patreon and we will grow, and I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. Hello seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Saturn was transiting in Shravana Nakshatra, the nakshatra of moon, and this transit was quite special. But on 18th February, Saturn will change the nakshatra and move into Dhanishta Nakshatra. Dhanishta Nakshatra, as the name signifies, defines the wealthy one. It defines the affluence, it defines the positivity, it defines the spread of wealth. It defines the financial transaction, the prosperity, the movement. It is a nakshatra of Mars, therefore it defines energy. But Saturn here is in a different mood, and that is what we will try to understand in this short video. So please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss another update. Also follow me on Instagram and Telegram for reels, and for consultations you can drop me an email. Let's begin with Saturn transit in Dhanishta Nakshatra. Saturn will continue its motion in Dhanishta Nakshatra, whether direct or retrograde, till March 2023. So it's more than a year. It's a 13-month long transit. It will come back to Sadbhisha after March next year and then go back to Dhanishta in mid of October. So overall, if you see, it's a 14-month long transit, but let's concentrate on the continuous transit in Dhanishta till March next year. Saturn is a planet of justice. It is the lord of Capricorn and Aquarius, where the Dhanishta Nakshatra lies. 50% of Dhanishta Nakshatra is in Capricorn and the other half is in Aquarius. So when Saturn enters this Nakshatra, it starts its journey with Capricorn. Around the month of April, 29th April to be precise, Saturn will enter Aquarius, and on 12th of July Saturn will come back to Capricorn, but this entire movement will happen in the second and the third pada of Dhanishta Nakshatra. Dhanishta is the nakshatra that is ruled by Ashtavasu. It is something to do with nature. It is the star of symphony. It represents music. It represents the harmony, the chirping of the birds, and the drum beats, you can say, the drumming of the heart, the heartbeat. It is the sound of cosmos. So when Saturn, the planet of justice, goes out of the Shravana and goes into Dhanishta, it is as if the judge has heard the argument in Shravana, and in Dhanishta, he is going to set the ball in motion, or he is going to take matters in its own hand. When Saturn is in Dhanishta Nakshatra, you have to understand that this nakshatra is very special. This nakshatra is the nakshatra of Mars. It is in the house of Saturn, and Mars gets exalted in the zodiac of Capricorn. Not only that, on 18th February, Saturn moves into the first pada of Dhanishta, and on 27th February, Mars goes into Capricorn. Mars becomes exalted. Suddenly, Dhanishta gains a lot of power. Saturn starts gaining power. This is the time when Shani shows the authority. Now, Dhanishta is the nakshatra of benevolence. It is the nakshatra that gives you the capacity to give. It makes you wealthy so that you can give. So it talks about the harmony of life in a way where the karma translates into the karma phal. That is why it is the bridge between the karma, Capricorn, and the gains, karma phal, Aquarius. This is the nakshatra that leads a human, that leads a soul and gives to a position where his karma is now productive and he will be rich, he will be prosperous, and he will be in a position to give. So Dhanishta makes you affluent enough to give. But if you don't give, then the purpose of Dhanishta is lost. Dhanishta is a unique star. It is also symbolized by musical instruments. It defines the happiness, the joy, the dance, the drama, as if a farmer has been trying literally hard to work on the field, and now it's the time to cut the crop and he is happy. He has prosperity. And in order to do the dance, he will need rhythm. So Dhanishta is represented by Damaru, Shiva's instrument, and flute, Vishnu's instrument. That means this nakshatra is the confluence of Shiva and Vishnu, Mahadev and Vasudev. It's a combination of the power of cosmos and the power of creation. Damaru is a sound that is created by an instrument that creates beats. It's like dug, 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 dug. It is a beat. It's a thumping sound. It is an irregular sound. You can consider this as digital music, digital sound, like sound of a piano. It means that Dhanishta wants you to hustle, Dhanishta wants you to hit hard, Dhanishta initially wants you to work really hard. It is like you have to give your 200% in order to achieve something. And when Saturn goes in this nakshatra, Saturn will try to influence this nakshatra and vice versa. And Saturn is a planet of delay and decay. It is a planet that slows things down. So as soon as Saturn moves in Dhanish nakshatra, the first thing that you will observe is life slowing down. Not in a negative way, but in a positive way. It can represent happiness. It can represent peace, relaxation, vacation, in a way that you are utilizing your money, utilizing your wealth for your comfort, but not for long, because Saturn wants you to work really hard. This is the zodiac of Shani, but Saturn wants you to work really hard, and those who will give their 200%, especially now when Saturn will be in Dhanishta, will see a very good and a positive transit out of this movement of Saturn. They will get the fruits, especially when Saturn will be in the sign of Aquarius. Dhanishta is also represented by flute. What is this flute? It is talking about the rhythm of life, the harmony, the synchronization, the continuous motion, the sinusoidal wave. It talks about mind, peace, and love. So the end result is always musical notes. End result is always like Krishna. You are always happy. So Dhanishta wants to give you the happiness. Dhanishta wants to give you the strength. And Saturn wants you to work on these areas of life. People who do procrastination, who are gripped by lethargy, will see that this transit will offer huge resistance, because you can't live without doing karma when Saturn is in Dhanishta. And one who will work hard will prosper like anything, because Dhanishta represents enormous amount of wealth, and Saturn can actually increase wealth to very high volume if Saturn finds that you deserve. So it's all about who deserves what. So yes, on one hand there is a positive angle, but on the other hand you will also see financial gaps being created in the society. Those who will be ready to work hard will rise up, and those who are lethargic, those who are lazy, those who take things life casually, and if they have slight bit of negative yoga in their horoscope, will see their financial wealth falling down. This is also the nakshatra that you can say is represented by Nataraj, the dance of Shiva. Basically, in short, if I have to say, you have to keep your karma straight, because when Saturn was in Dhanishta, Saturn was in Shravana, Saturn was able to observe, hear, think, but in Dhanishta it will execute. The best way to handle the energies of Saturn in this nakshatra, especially when Saturn will be retrograde in the third and the second pada of Dhanishta, is the chant of Om, the sound of Om. This is the nakshatra of Anhad Nad. This is the nakshatra of sound. The more close you are to the sound of life, the more close you are to the sound of cosmos, the more in sync you are, the better your life will be. Coming close to the sound means not only the mantra, the vibrations will work, but this also means that Saturn creates deep-seated effects of vibration. It's not superficial. You will see that everything that will happen when Saturn is in Dhanishta will matter. Nothing is going to be casual. Everything will have its own set of sequence, consequences, results, area of influence. And this is the magic of Saturn transit in Dhanish Nakshatra. It's very, very big, too big to avoid. Now when Saturn is in Dhanishta, and if it means sound, then why not listen to the sound of cosmos and chant Om for a while? Let's start. Sound, dhvani, the theme of this nakshatra. We cannot interpret it just by dance and joy, but we have to interpret it as the dance of life. The best way that you can have a healthy life, a healthy mind, and a focused mind. Because when Saturn is in Dhanishta, it wants you to be focused on your job. The day you lose your focus, the day the trouble might start, depending upon your own horoscope. And the best way to manage this is by practicing Om chanting, Nad Brahma Pranayam, Brahmari Pranayam, and Tibetan ball meditation. This kind of sound-based meditation techniques, listening to music that is flute-based, listening to Vedic chanting, and at least giving 5 minutes of your day for mantra chanting is going to act like a blessing when Saturn will be in Dhanish Nakshatra. Now, if I have to talk about business and businessmen, the business throughout the world, Saturn in Dhanishta can actually impact businesses, logistics, country to country movement, and those who will pre-plan this will be able to overcome the hurdles, but those who are unwilling to change, those who don't want to mend their ways, will see blockages coming their way. Be it a small business or be it a big business, you should be ready to bring that necessary change in the hierarchy. You have to forget the lust for power, the greed for power, but rather have an inclusive mindset. Because we cannot ignore the presence of Ketu in Vishakha Nakshatra while Saturn transits Dhanishta. Till the time Saturn is in Capricorn and in Dhanish Nakshatra, Rahu will be aspecting this Shani. Therefore, there will be a lot of hope, enthusiasm, will to act, will to work, but the output will be delayed. Rahu's influence is trying to give the virtual push, but Saturn is only dragging things down. Then Saturn will go in the Aquarius. It will go out of the effect of Rahu. At that time, Jupiter will be in the sign of Pisces. This is a very positive transit, but a very short transit. And from the 12th of July, Saturn will once again come back to Capricorn, and then for the entire year, Saturn will be in Capricorn and Dhanishta till March 2023. And remember, in this time, till October, Ketu is in Vishakha. It will be in the sign of Libra from April, and Libra is already under the effect of Saturn's 10th aspect. Now you have to see the dance between Saturn and Ketu between July and October, and this is the window of Saturn in Dhanishta that you should watch out for. Because remember, Saturn will impact Ketu by the 10th aspect, which is in Vishakha Nakshatra. And this impact of Saturn on Ketu can impact your business, can impact your career. It is too much of hard work, it is too much of selfless work. So this year, a lot of people will have to give and then expect. So this is the year of giving, because Dhanishta is called capacity to give, and Saturn wants you to give, Saturn wants you to serve, Saturn wants you to live for other people. It's a humanitarian movement. You have to show that you're a human and not just a man or a woman. You have to break the boundary, because Ketu in Libra means breaking the boundary. And those who are not balancing this careful act, this balancing act must be there, because Ketu in Libra, in Vishakha, is already creating multiple bifurcations, and Saturn is trying to stop. This is a desperate war between Saturn and Ketu. On one hand, Saturn is trying to dominate Ketu. On the other hand, Ketu is trying to deplete the resource of Shani, because Ketu is directly aspecting Aquarius from Libra. So there are three parts of this Dhanishta transit. One from February to April, the other from April to July, and then from July to October, and then from October to March. So in this way you can have 4 such segments. I will make videos for all such segments. It's not possible to completely explain Dhanishta transit, one full year transit, in just one video. So I will make this video in 4 different sections. In this video, let us understand more about the section of Saturn transit in Dhanishta from 18th February till 29th April. Ketu has already moved in Vishakha Nakshatra, but in the sign of Scorpio. Saturn is going to be in the first pada of Dhanishta on 18th of February in the sign of Capricorn. So on one hand, Ketu is in Vishakha, on the other hand, Saturn is in Dhanishta, and this is impacting Sagittarius zodiac sign. Why? Because for Sagittarius, Jupiter and Mars are Yogakaraka, and Ketu is in the nakshatra of Jupiter and Saturn is in the nakshatra of Mars. This means the area where the Sagittarius is, in order to free yourself, it will ask for a sacrifice, it will ask for something in return, it will ask to let go of something. Say you are a Sagittarius ascendant, it will ask to let go, say, of body fat, a particular habit, a bad habit, a particular thing that you admire or love the most. It will demand sacrifice. As the Saturn moves in Dhanishta, Mars will also move along in the sign of Capricorn. Till the start of first week of April, Mars will be in Capricorn. And then for the later part of April, Mars will be in Aquarius. Mars is also following a very dynamic pattern here. First, Mars gets exalted. This creates a lot of push to the work, to the society, where people will have great ambitions, but with great restrictions. There will always be a counter move, and there will always be checkmates happening. So the best thing is go diplomatically. The best thing is there is no hard way, there is no way you can penetrate and cut deep and divide things. The only way is inclusive growth. Saturn represents public. When Saturn goes in Dhanishta, public gets power. If you own a company, you need to take care of the employees. You need to bring structure in the firm. You need to bring in proper hierarchy. You have to give a bad habit, and this is for everyone. You need to follow the path of meditation and spirituality. And you need to pray to Mahalakshmi so that you can get the abundance. You can also pray to Kuber and bring Kuber Yantra at home and pray to Lord Kuber. And this Diwali, chanting Lakshmi and Kuber mantras becomes more important because Saturn will be in Dhanishta and Ketu will be in Vishakha, but in the sign of Libra. Now with this, Saturn and Rahu have an exchange of force. Right now, Rahu is aspecting Saturn, and when Mars goes there, Capricorn becomes overcharged, excessive charged. Because on one hand, Rahu's aspect from Taurus is making you feel to work more and more because you lack resources. On the other hand, Martian energies in the sign of Capricorn is making you ready to fight, ready to work hard, and Saturn is bringing things down. Saturn is trying to bring truce, it is trying to apply brakes. And with Dhanishta, it is going to hit the finances. So those who will try to run, their finances will take a hit. So the only way is to walk in life. Have a proper, slow, normal, careful walk in every sector of your life, be it marriage, be it career. Now, when Saturn, Rahu and Mars all come into play, the god that can save you, the energy that can counter this tremendous amount of force is Shiva's energy. I have already explained you, chanting Om as Anhadanad or simply chanting Om Namah Shivaya will work for you, will make you heal, will give you the power to face the energy of this nakshatra. Go close to nature. People who are Capricorn ascendant, Aquarius ascendant, people who have major planets in Dhanishta nakshatra may find marriage at this time a bit difficult because Dhanishta does not marry. There is a tendency to deny marriage because it's a workaholic nakshatra. It's a nakshatra of merchant. It wants to work constantly. It is also the notes of music. So people who are connected with theatre, especially theatre, editing, music production, video production, art, drama, filmmaking, advertisement will see a significant amount of growth in their business in this time. Digital marketing business, website designing, all will see a tremendous amount of growth. And if you're not present on social media and your business is not on digital platform, it is a time to upgrade. For students, this is the time when you should forget about the success that you will get, the marks that you will get, just simply forget. Keep studying. Do your karma. Revision is very important. Ego can literally destroy your hope and dreams of landing in a good college or in a good school. So be careful. And for people who want to do job, who are looking for job changes, this is a good time. But the dynamic energy that will come means if you are changing job, it might increase your work hours and responsibilities. So you should be ready to do that also. People who want to change but want to reduce responsibilities, that might not happen. So overall, Saturn is going to now talk. And we will hear the music of Shani. And those who are in tunes, those who is in sync with the Saturnian way of life, that is holistic, that is humble, that is down to earth, close to nature and inclusive, will have no problem. Will only see growth and expansion. And the one who shows unnecessary display of power, unnecessary show of strength where it's not even necessary, and will show extreme amount of pride, Saturn, third aspect on the sign of Pisces, is going to create losses for them. So beware of ego, beware of those feelings that gives you the sense of pride. And one last thing, don't in this nakshatra show that how rich you are. In fact, show compassion, show the nature of giving, and then you will see the benevolent properties of this nakshatra, the kind of good effect that you have never seen. So that was a brief take of Saturn transit in Dhanishta nakshatra, but only till April 29th. I will bring another video for another segment in the first week of April, that is for Saturn transit in the sign of Aquarius and once it goes retrograde. All such videos will be in different sections. For that, subscribe the channel so that you get notification for my videos that I upload. Follow me on Instagram and Telegram, and for consultations, drop me an email. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, this is your host Puneet. Namaste.